H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world on this via Facebook Live and YouTube Live on this Women, magnificent Women Rock Wednesday. Let me tell y'all something. Hold on a minute, y'all. That was unbelievable, man. And it happened what? On Women Rock Wednesday. So as customary, let me shout out to our starting five. And on Wednesday, as customary, it's got to be a woman on the starting five. This women, y'all rock every day with me, and you know you do. But today, let me tell you something. I'm just gonna give it all to you. You know how I'm just gonna bow down to you today. But first, our starting five today is Mindy Collins, Dale Griggs, Anissa Veal. Let me go past them guys. Let me get past them guys. Did I say Sonya already? Sonya Billingsley, Jessica Brooks. What's up, Jessica? And guess what? That's my five. But let me talk to my other guy. Let me talk to my people. I got Jess McKee. I got Tori. Hold up. Tori Raspberry. Hold up. Let me talk to all my girls. Let me get on. Hold on. Yolanda Green is in the building. I love what you sent me last night, Yolanda. I like that. Who else we got? Oh, okay. All right, that's enough. That's my girls are here. And look at her. Did y'all see? You know what? Yeah, Kamala Harris. But Michelle, oh my. Barack better be glad I like him, man. I'm just going to tell you. That woman came out there, man. Did y'all see her hair just bouncing and misbehaving? Oh, them curls were just whop, whop, whop. I mean, it was unbelievable. Jill Biden looked great. And then I found out something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before I get there, and before Jimmy here, hold on. And I know y'all don't like this, but she's a woman also. Did y'all see Melania Trump? Oh my God. Y'all can get mad at me. I don't care if you get mad at me. Melania Trump, oh my God, stole down there. That's the first time I really ever heard her really talk. She took off her Prada shades, had on a Chanel, she had on Chanel. She had a Chanel dress on. Let me tell y'all something, man. Hey, Melania was shocked. I ain't talking about her husband. Y'all notice I don't ever talk about him. But man, Melania looked great. And you know what I found out? I don't know. I haven't did enough digging. But some sources told me that Kamala, for her two outfits she gonna wear today, was chosen by black designers. And one of them is from Baton Rouge. I don't know if he's doing both outfits or she. One of them is from Baton Rouge. And I think Joe Biden, Ralph Lauren did his suit, but in a Hickey Freeman studio, a Hickey Freeman factory up on the East Coast. You know, I'm just reading. They were sending me information. And I think Jill Biden's outfits were from American designers. They chose American design. Melania, she had Chanel. And then they talked about how they had to put her Louis Vuitton luggage into the helicopter. I mean, it was just, man, but I really, really, really enjoyed it. Because y'all, you remember now, I don't know about y'all, I didn't watch the last inauguration. So I don't know what the hell happened. The last inauguration, I was at one of Barack's, and I watched the other one, and guess what? It was cold out there, man. It was warmer today, but it was cold when I went. But let me tell you something. I didn't watch it last year, but I like it. And it's Women Rock Wednesday, right? I got to share some with y'all because I had this information, but I know if you saw it, and I hope y'all did saw it, it's a young lady named Amanda Gordon. She have said a poem for President Biden. She's 20 years old. She's a youth. She was a youth poet laureate from Los Angeles at the age of 16 in 2014, and the first national poet laureate 3 years later. Came Wednesday today, she became the youngest poet to recite her work at a president inauguration. Young Amanda, and she got up there. She was one of the highlights of the event. And hold up, y'all, I can't forget. Yeah, Amanda, did she do that thing? I can't wait, y'all, to go back and hear it again. So if you didn't get a chance, Amanda Gorman, she's from LA, young girl, grew up, hey, had adversity, and the young girl said in a speech that she wanted to be president of the United States. She wanted to be, this skinny little girl wanted to be president of the United States. Now she's saying a poem for the president of the United States. I mean, let me tell you something. Women rock on Wednesday. It's just my first time ever seeing our first lady, our vice president. Sorry, Kamala. First time I ever seen her in a dress, y'all. First time. I said, and I had to tweet it. You know, I don't tweet much. And I had to tweet it. She had a dress. Jimmy, I'm trying to bring you in here. She had a dress on today. I mean, it's just, man, I enjoyed the moment. I hate to turn my head away from it, but don't forget about Amanda. But it's Women Rock Wednesday. Let's not forget about Sarah Thomas. Sarah Thomas will make history as the first woman to officiate a Super Bowl when the Super Bowl coming. And let me tell y'all, and I'm thinking about something, y'all. Y'all share this with me. Y'all walk with me for a minute, Barry. You want to thank black women? You know, because that's what everybody thinking, because the black women, Stacey Abrams, black women saved the president. Black women saved the democracy. Yeah, y'all want to thank them? Y'all want to thank them? Get what Robert Haller was thinking about last night. Show you women. This Women Rock Wednesday, right? Yolanda, this is what I was thinking about last night. Well, if you want to thank black women, cancel student loan debt. All of it. Cancel it. You know why? Because I found out black women carry more student debt than any other group in America. If you want to do something for black women, Joe Biden, do me a favor, cancel student loan debt. Okay? Wait a minute. You're giving tax breaks to the rich? Cancel them student loan debt. Say your words and your appreciation, man. Policy is our love language. Make that a policy, man. And I looked at Vice President Kamala Harris is a Howard University alumni. Reverend Warnock is a Morehouse man. Y'all follow me here. Stacey Abrams, the woman who helped Warnock's victory possible, is a Spelman woman. Follow me now. Incoming Black Caucus Representative Chair Joyce Beatty, Democrat from Ohio, graduated from Central State University, HBCU. And, hold up. And the formidable Representative-elect Cori Bush, Democrat from Missouri, attended Harris-Stowe State University, HBCU. Hold on. HBCUs, y'all, which produce nearly 20% of the nation's black college graduates, have mastered the art of transforming young people into servant leaders for their race and for their world, Now, they're going to have to transform this Washington, D.C. Our nation is better for it. Proud of the HBCUs, proud of Kamala. Hey, y'all, as I said, don't forget about Jennifer Lopez, because she was sharp. Somebody said the what she had on from her fingers to her wrist was enough, cost more than everybody in his apartment complex. Bomani Jones said that, Jimmy, on Twitter today. And but it was unique. I'm just so proud of women. I'm proud of all women. And I got some videos to share with y'all today talking about Kamala, talking about this thing, man. Let me tell you something. It's a great, great day. And then hold up, y'all. It's Women Rock Wednesday, right? God Brooks, come on, man. Leave God Brooks alone. Leave God. Kevin Freitman. You know what? Kevin Freitman, I got some. Jimmy, remind me to get Kevin Freitman today. Just remind me. Give me. But Atlanta Dream, y'all. Y'all know that owner? The Atlanta Dreams, that basketball team, the WNBA team, that players turned on the owner to wear the Warnock t-shirts and push him over the top. They close to being sold right now, Jimmy. And she is expected, but I'll have to watch him. She is expected to have no further association with the team. But just the way they said that, Jimmy, and the way the people the Coca-Cola people, you know, Coca-Cola is big in Atlanta. Is real big in Atlanta. One of the former CEOs, he is the majority owner. Him and his wife and Kelly Loeffler are their friends. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, Jimmy. But happy Women Rock Wednesday to everybody. I mean, to the women. And Jimmy, I want to bring you. It's just so much more I can go, and we got to talk about a little bit more things about this inauguration. And but Jimmy, I know we're gonna and let me tell you something. We got a guest coming in later. The Alex founder, Coach Leah, is coming on a little bit later. But it's a great day, man. Great day. I'm just so proud. I just feel, Jimmy, and let me tell you something. We got work to do. Don't think this is over. What they call it, the pumping circumstances. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of all that today, because tomorrow, everybody, we got work to do. Even the chop shop, because I've been talking to some political leaders in this city, just telling me how to get y'all and how to help y'all get a more civically engaged. So got some pointers for you, and we'll go there. But what's up, Jimmy? What you got, baby?
Man, well, it's a historic day, and of course, we are up against the break. We come back.
No, Jimmy. Not yet. Keep going.
It's to look at the clock.
Yeah, I'm looking. Keep going. We good.
You speeding right through the stop sign.
No, I got it. I got it mapped out. I'll get us. We'll get us.
One of the things, of course, we're going to cover, talk some NBA. We'll talk some NCAA. So a lot of you guys, I got a lot of response from yesterday's conversation. And if you missed it, it was off the chain, guys. And
we got some NFL too, Jimmy. We got some NFL coaching stuff too.
Well, yeah, NFL coaching news, shuffling, a lot of stuff. Of course, NFL, Kansas City Chiefs. You saw that line start to tweeter on yesterday morning. You knew what time it was with Kansas City as it flipped over, and regarding their starting quarterback. Also, we got a lot of news on the high school sector today. We'll cover. We're going to mailbag today. Got a hell of a topic for you guys, but guess what? We got to cram all this in before Coach Leah come and take over with the Alex. And so we'll start right now with the NBA.
Okay.
2 games on tap last night. Nuggets get a good win like it's supposed to over the Thunder. And of course, the Jazz keep on rolling with a 118-102 win over the Pelicans. Speaking of the Pelicans, how Zion does his thing, has 32. But do you notice, does it feel like the fizz is fading on Zion right now? Or is it just because no fans can come in the building? Because they're not the only team that's playing without fans in the building. The New Orleans Pelicans I'm talking about. But remember, a year ago, the NBA altered their schedule the playoff schedule for the historic move, primarily thinking about Zion, a way to get Zion into this bubble, and they still folded. Now, Zion comes on TV. Some of the fees could be falling. Because know what? Know why? Because at the end of the day, you gotta win. You gotta win. You ain't gotta win them all, but you gotta win more than you lose. And like last night was a very, very efficient game for him. He only took 19 shots, had 32 points. But they lost by damn near 20 to Utah. Now, Utah, we talked about them yesterday. This Utah team, I mean, they're clicking. Rudy Gobert, 18 rebounds, 13 points, 3 blocks. Spider, 28 points. Then they're getting production from the bench. Jordan Clarkson, he's from San Antonio, 18 points for him. Ingles and Yang, they combined for 25. And you know what? Conley is the glue to that team and keeps everybody, from what I understand, Mike Conley. So Mike Conley, understand? Remember, last year this team was good. Denver just stole Utah's thunder throughout the season. But I'm not saying Utah's not ready for a championship. Nah. But I'm just saying they're playing good ball. It's a reason to cheer. And also, RJ Hampton is on that team. So that's another player from Texas.
He's on Denver's team, Jim. He's on Denver's team.
That's what I say. I'm saying Denver. I'm just talking about Denver and Jazz. And so Denver stole the thunder. And I said, so RJ Hampton is on the Denver team. That's another player from Texas on that team. Every other team has a player from Texas on it. That's another set of homework for you guys tonight. Just as you're watching some of the games, as you check out some of the rosters, and you'll notice every other team. Firstly, I guess the homework assignment would be, what team does not have a player from Texas? What teams in the NBA? I'm quite sure there's about a half dozen or so, but maybe up to 10. Mm-hmm. Who does not have a player from Texas on the roster? And now, Hatter, and when we asking for this, do we include the Texas colleges?
Wait a minute.
Do you include the Texas colleges?
No, they got to be from Texas.
So it got to be from Texas.
Yeah.
Not the Texas colleges.
Yeah. It's got to be from Texas. Got to be born and raised in, not yet, went to high school in Texas.
Born or raised.
Born or raised and went to high school in Texas. Yeah. That's all. That's a good one. What else?
Yeah. And of course, Derek Johnson said, I think it took Conley a while to get it going with Utah.
No, but
well, I mean, he was battling injuries.
Yes, he battling injuries. And Jimmy moving to Utah. Jimmy, it's being in Memphis. Jimmy, Memphis and Utah. See, that's what we don't understand. These guys are human, because how people are taking it hard on talking crazy about Kyrie. I need Kevin Frankman talking about what is he doing? What is it? In his interview yesterday, if you heard it, one of the things he mentioned was mental health. And I know it's hard for y'all to believe. Man, if I had all that money, I wouldn't be crazy. But shit, some of y'all ass crazy broke. So all crazy now. So guess what? All having money does is magnify what you already are. So, but Conley, he just had to find his way. That man went from the ground house to the Mormon capital of the world. Sometimes, it takes a little time for adjust. He has to find his way. He just had to find his way, man. And that's what I say about Mike Conley. And I'm glad. I mean, I mentioned him yesterday. I said, look at this team. They constantly win. But I don't expect much from Zion now. And you know why I don't want them to
No,
win?
no, but not much.
But you know
But
why?
I expect more. I expect more than
I
sub
don't,
500.
because they fired the coach and thought this guy was gonna come in and be the savior. Okay, so I don't. Guess what?
No, but that
Okay,
probably sounds like you don't care for much from them. But the expectation still, whenever you
see,
replace somebody,
you expected from them. I didn't.
no. Whenever you replace any coach, it's expected that you're going to success is going to be measured from that mark from which you took the baton. If that person made it to the playoffs, then you are expected to make it to the playoffs, unless your personnel has totally changed and it's a whole different direction. Unlike the case in New Orleans. New Orleans, the expectations is not for them to be sub 500. It's not for them to not make the playoffs again. That's the thing. And understand them releasing their coach.
Wait a minute. And what did you say yesterday? I'm looking at the standings. They ain't that far out. They ain't but a few games out of the 10th spot. And that's what you said.
We're not talking playoffs right now, Heather. I'm just talking about expectations. The expectation that's set forth on them going into this season. It was not to be sub 500. That's what I'm saying. Period. No matter what place they're in. The New Orleans Pelicans, I understand Lonzo Ball has been out. But Lonzo Ball isn't your first, second, or third option on that team. Yes, you traded him.
He's not your what?
He's not their first, second, or third option. Lonzo Ball ain't your first, second, or third option. Brandon Ingram, Zion, Bledsoe. That's their first three options. That's the first three options. You know that. They're going to shoot most of the balls. So I'm saying this team, once again, they are not meeting expectations, but still got a week. Remember, coming up on Monday, everybody will be around the 18-game mark, which would be roughly a 25% of the season. The first quarter of the season will be in the wraps for most teams in the NBA. And also, speaking of the NBA, tonight, of course, is one of the storylines. It's Kyrie Irving and his return, or his expected return, as they play his old team, the Cavaliers, from two teams removed. It's like, I mean, the Cavaliers guys, you know, I mean, this is the perfect game for them to come back on, because it's not the. I mean, first of all, Brooklyn without Kyrie Irving would be a heavy favorite against this Cavs team. I think Kyrie, a win is much more important than his productivity right now, because he's going to get blamed for the losses. They're setting him up already. People that you can tell, you can smell the ink. The guys are people that already wrote the narratives and regarding the Kyrie, they're already waiting. Just like the same thing with the James Harden. If you don't, you can smell and tell if you just pay attention. And everybody just waiting on him to have that game where you go.
That tape and that disposition to have, you said some people. Think about this, man. These clowns. So I hope you talking about the newspaper. Are you included in that? Talking about, are you included with the press? Are you included? Because I want to make sure. You feel the same way the press does about Kyrie? You waiting on Kyrie to fail?
The press is not one. No, the press is not one. It's not one person.
No,
the press is a contingent.
I said the press. The press. Do you agree with it?
The mainstream media, who's obligated to cover the NBA.
I'm asking you, do you agree with mainstream media? Are you a part of that?
And what is mainstream media saying? It's conflicted. It's different. It's varying. It's various opinions.
You just said Man, people are
I say many folk in mainstream
are
media.
you one of them many folks?
To say on which part? We're talking about two different guys.
Kyrie Irving.
On Kyrie Irving, it's one of those. I just said my take on Kyrie Irving. I just said winning is more important right now than him producing the
take
numbers.
you out of it because you don't want to answer the question.
Okay, that is an answer. That ain't the answer that you're looking for. I just gave you my take on Kyrie.
Let me go.
You just asked me what I think about Kyrie.
And my bad, I shouldn't have asked you. I apologize. I shouldn't have asked you. I should have just made my statement. Mainstream media, whoever think that way, dude, these are two of the best basketball players on the fucking planet. I don't care what mainstream media says about whether they got the win against Cleveland, they got the winner. That don't stop them two from being two of the best players in play. I don't care what their narratives is. I don't care. Do people want to see them lose? Yes, of course. Ain't nobody gonna win those their 50-some straight games. But they still are two of the most talented and the best basketball players on the planet. And that is not going, no matter how you don't like them, no matter how you he this, he had his. We got a guy on this Facebook feed. He texted me and said, Kyrie had his head on his arm. So what? So what? He was in the interview. This how Kyrie was in the interview, like this. So what? Y'all got to be out your rabbit ass minds. Mainstream media. I just watched this thing. They playing Cleveland. They playing. So it's gonna be all right. Y'all, they're gonna lose at some point. They are going to lose.
Okay, when they lose, they have to brace themselves.
They're gonna come back the next game.
The heat is going to come. The heat is going to come.
They will come back the next game and win. You need to think about the NBA.
And then guess what? And then after a while, the dirt will just rub off the tires as they roll on down the boulevard. But until initially, it happened to everybody. It ain't the first time. It happened with Golden State. It happened with the Clippers.
I still don't like it. Jimmy, I am not a cynic like that. See, I'm not as cynical.
But that's the reality. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's already, the table is already set.
I just said it's going to happen. I said it's going to happen.
So that means now the thing is how they respond, because obviously KD has been granted, he's been redeemed. So KD is not going, he's going to be the good cop in this right now.
So KD
between James and Kyrie.
Why?
I guess probably out of sight, out of mind with KD, and the fact that KD is just truly has performed at elite level, at his historic. We talked about his numbers on yesterday. How I'm talking about KD, especially without Kyrie in the lineup. They won 4 of the last 5 games without Kyrie in the lineup. And he's been putting it up there, averaging about what, 30, 34 a game over those 5 games, those recent 5 games.
And what's the other guy?
They're saying.
So what's the other guy been averaging? What's the other guy been averaging that you don't want? What's the other guy been averaging?
The other guy's only played 1 game there.
He played 2 games.
Well, 2 games there. 1 game, 2 game. What the hell? You having a damn fit over one game, 2 game? Really? Really? Like he played 1 game, played 2 games, he played a couple of days. Hell, that ain't, understand. Right now, it's the thing is, we're talking about Kyrie. And I just mentioned about good cop. KD has been anointed. He's been redeemed. Now it's about James Harden or Kyrie. Depending on the subject or the origin or the source of the media member or the entity. then guess what? Their venom is going to spew one way or the other in a loss. It's going to go towards either James Harden or Kyrie Irving, depending on which person is grinding their axe. That's how it's going to go unless the winning, which it should, the winning is going to supersede to a point where it would be blatantly obvious. Man, let's stop it already. And then guess what? It'll slow down and it'll pick up in the playoff. Everybody just wait to the playoffs. Then it becomes win it all, or you a bust. And that's the thing. So we'll see how that goes.
Win
and
the thing is, you a bust?
Dude, that was the narrative when they first made the trade. That was the narrative. That was the narrative on the day of the trade. Now that was a consensus narrative right there, coming from all different angles.
I'm glad me and you don't read the same.
So do you not, based on what we saw from New Jersey, from Brooklyn, without Kyrie, and psychologically projecting and inserting him back into the lineup, and then going, and once he recalibrate himself into that lineup, you're saying that, I mean, everybody knows Brooklyn is the favorite to get out of the East.
You said bust.
If they don't get to the finals, then this season is a bust. If that team healthy, that team don't get to the final, it's a bust all day. There's no other way around that, man. Ain't no other way around that.
When my dreamboat comes home.
Ain't no other way. You can't try to set up a soft bed under the window to fall out of on there. They know it. They know it.
Nothing.
Because guess what?
Doing the talking.
Because guess what? They come back the next year. 2 or maybe all 3 of them are going into free agency, or in the last year.
In 2 years.
You see, that means now the clock is ticking, because that means they would be all 2 years older. And if they can't get it done then win. WHEN. So that's the thing. Let's pay attention. Now, meanwhile, of course, once again tonight,
I'm paying attention.
Yeah,
I'm paying attention.
That team is going to be the most scrutinized. You think LeBron got heat? LeBron gonna be good cop. You see, it's already turned in LA already. The heat turned toward Kawhi. The heat turned toward Kawhi and Paul George. More so Kawhi because it rolls downhill. LeBron is good cop now. He's not bad cop anymore. And once you've been redeemed, they've redeemed him. They're not going to attack. They're not attacking him.
So the Heat, you said the Heat is on the Clippers for what? What the Clippers supposed to do?
No, I say the Heat is on Kawhi. On Kawhi. What's
the Heat on Kawhi right now? What's the Heat? What Kawhi? What did he do?
Well, remember, Kawhi came to the Clippers and made the deal that lured Paul George alongside with him.
Okay.
So in doing so, and then in coming in, your sneaker brand, which was New Balance, put all the chips in the middle of the table and basically said and put out an aggressive ad campaign, which it wasn't bad for New. What did New Balance have to lose? They had nothing to lose, really. Seriously. It was a good bet. Especially coming off. The Claw was coming off of taking Toronto to the championship. Remember now, so he was fresh out there. So he was the donut of the day. So they took a good gamble, basically saying, "I'm the new king of LA." You know, that's taking a subliminal stab at Bron. So then you go. Meanwhile, the team goes through turmoil in the bubble. After they go up 3-1 and get eliminated in the playoffs. And as a result of that, indirectly or directly, you lose the core of your team, which is your coaching staff. So that's if the Clippers win that was not likely to happen. There's no reason for you to have a meeting with me and want to have a review. Let's talk about the season. Let's talk about your forecast. There's no reason for that. But it happened. So now the claw. Remember, also, he alienated some people with his personification of load management. And if they had won again,
you missed the load manager. Okay, you're talking about yourself right now.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the mainstream people that are obligated to cover the NBA. It was obvious because that became. Remember, the NBA went and modified their rules twice about load management.
So you're saying Kawhi is a villain? He's a villain now. So Kawhi is a villain.
That heat that Bron used to get, Kawhi's getting it now.
So in
LA.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that without question. So now they're going. Remember, also it was noted that Kawhi turned down the opportunity to play alongside Bron. So then that means now you made your decision, you made your gamble. So that means now just choices and consequences.
He just didn't want to play with him.
What the reason?
He just didn't want to play with him.
Okay, so it's a choice. So now the consequences come with it. So that means I found out you. Oh, really? Really? You saying? So you're not saying you don't want to play with me? You saying?
Hold on. Forever, Kawhi Leonard gonna be an NBA champion and an NBA MVP. No matter what you say about load management, no matter what Shaq say, no matter what, because somebody just said, man, if they're busted, they don't win. That's what Shaq said. Man, I don't want to go there. But Jimmy, he will forever in history be said an NBA champion twice. So you think he worried about y'all and what y'all got to say about it? I just don't think so. I just don't think so. And I don't agree if it's a ring or bust with those three. Because guess what? If that's the same thing, LeBron then went down there. Not one, Mr. Rick. Not one, not two, not three, not two, not four, not five, not six. He didn't win. The great LeBron James didn't win in his first year. And he went there in the summer. He made the decision. He had a training camp.
Hold
on, let me talk.
That is not the same thing. That is not.
I ain't talking about what you're talking about. I'm talking about what I'm talking about now.
No, you change it. You're trying to change it. I said, if they don't get to the finals, it's a bust. I didn't say they don't win it all.
I'm talking to the people on the Facebook feed. They say
I know, but Miami got to the finals. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Miami got to the finals.
But they didn't win.
That ain't the issue. The subject.
It is the issue, Jimmy, because when I said
if Miami and LeBron them would not have made it to the finals at all, that would have been a bust year. Not because they have another year to redeem themselves, but that year would have been a bust.
Y'all have some unique takes. Y'all have some unique takes about this thing. I just said unique. Y'all can have them of them. I'm glad I don't have to listen to y'all's opinions. I'm glad I'm a guy that listens to my own. I look at the game just a whole lot different. And I think it's the same thing. Because guess what? They had a training camp. I couldn't finish my damn thing. They had a training camp. He made the decision. He went with him and Bosh and Wade, the big three, swap, went through the playoff, wop, and got beat. These guys in a pandemic year, no training camp. One guy just got on the team for 2 games. One or two, it don't matter, 1 or 2. Does matter because he scored or assisted on 129 points in both of them damn games. So that does mean something. So we go, and now these guys with all of this turmoil, if it's they championship, excuse me, they finals a bust. They got one guy who's going through some mental situations. Hell of a talent, but if you listen to him, I ain't talking about make fun of him. Listen to him in his interview, and he just telling y'all, it's some stuff going on in my life. So hold on. But you in your mainstream media expect for these guys, if they don't make the championship, it's a bust. I hardly believe that.
This season
right here. This season right here
is a bust. Absolutely.
Nah, I don't
Absolutely.
agree. I don't agree. It's okay. I just don't agree.
So what did KD and Kyrie get together for? What was their goal to play together for? When they went to Brooklyn instead of New York?
I don't know what the hell they got together for. I don't know.
To win the championship. That was what they got together for. And they were already a candidate, one of the favorites to get to the finals. And then you land arguably one of the greatest scorers in the history of basketball.
Not in your opinion, but keep going.
In my opinion, one of the greatest scorers in the history of basketball. You land. You add to the arsenal.
It's break time now, Jimmy.
Hold on. You add that to the arsenal.
Okay.
And then that means expectations go upward. So now it wasn't an issue. Before it was an issue of meeting your goal of winning the championship. Now it's like you must, because the guy that you landed, he practically begged to go there. You asked for this. So this makes it much different. You asked to go here over and over. So that means now you got to get to the finals. You got to get there. And then you're making comments since you've been there. We're mature now. We meaning him and KD as before. This is coming from James Harden, him out of his mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the ticket.
Okay.
So we go to a quick break and come back, guys, and we got some NCAA, NFL, quick dose of high school stuff. Then we got our guests coming to join us shortly as well. You guys hang right there. Share the show with your timelines, to your groups, to your friends. We're right back on the Chop Shop.
Play Dot.
Come on, Billy. Trump is gone.
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 Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show. And also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Trying to blend Jimmy in at Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world. But guess what, y'all? This, let me tell you something. This Women Rock Wednesday, and I can't get off task, is this every Wednesday is brought to you by Coach Leah Denley and her tireless work in this industry, man. And she got this program called Alex. Check it out now. It's the Institute of Arts, Academic Leadership, Academic Excellence. And let me tell you something. Let me share. Coach Leah, she continued to share optimal performance strategies for youth programming as well as career and life coaching to small business owners and to female executives in male-dominated industries. Go to her website. Matter of fact, I'm gonna slide that website right across the screen as I need y'all to go. I want y'all to go check it out. And the Alex team of industry experts and project managers are poised to deliver innovative results on and off the court. And this is from a young lady. You know, she was a coach. She had a son, Division I basketball. She coached. I remember coaching in the Ivy League. She coached a lot of places, and now she got a thing to help our community, to help the women. It's Women Rock Wednesday, and they specialize in helping women who are in male-dominated industries to cope and to thrive. So shout out to her. Shout out to Concierge Scheduling, Icy Mike. Medical Mike. And Medical Mike, he's at your call. I'm going to flash this thing across the screen in just a second. Concierge Service. Let me tell you something. He sent me something today that was real. It was unique. And I just want to share it with y'all, man. He said, concierge scheduling is here to help. There's no cost to schedule your appointment. We have some of the best specialists in Houston. You can call or text, and how cool it would be, they said, for you to just do your next appointment. Jimmy done tried it. I ain't gonna call Crystal Wicks has tried it. Several other people. He was in the hospital one morning and he called me. He had another one of our listeners and helping them. So concierge service, I'm gonna scroll across the screen. Matter of fact, scroll across the screen right now and call Mike and call that service right now. But Jimmy, what else we got, man? It's just so much. We stayed down too long. Let's get somewhere else.
On yesterday, the NCAA announced they modified the March Madness schedule. As you guys know, all of the entire March Madness will be played in Indiana, around Indianapolis, and it was a smart move a smart move for the NCAA, because the first four in is 68 teams. Remember, they had that play-in games that normally they've been sticking the SWAC. The winner of the SWAC championship or getting one of those most of the time in that first four in. Well, that game was going to be on Tuesday. Selection Sunday is 48 hours before. So that means whoever chose to play those games, the visiting team would have to think about the travel. You got to pack up, travel to one city. Then whoever wins, if that visiting team wins, especially, you got to pack up now and travel to Indianapolis. So even so, there's just not enough time. Everybody got to get tested, be there for a whole day. Well, they moved the play-in games to that Thursday, which is cool. The play-in games on Thursday, then they'll play on Friday. They'll start the first round on that Friday, as they used to start the first round on that Thursday. So that's applaud and we got the update on the NCAA for that aspect. Also, yesterday, remember we when we had the conversation on yesterday with our and Mark, and he was scheduled to cover the University of Houston Cincinnati game on Saturday. That game has been postponed. Cincinnati got COVID issues. So, however, there are still plans, and they're going to make an announcement expected today or by the end of the day for one of the conference teams to replace them and fly to Houston and play U of H. So we'll see how that goes. It's kind of like, I mean, they're doing it on the cusp, guys. And so I wanted to give an update on that. So University of Houston, they're expecting and hoping to still have a game on Saturday. Now the question is, whoever the opponent is the game still televised? I would say yes, because those production trucks, put it like this, Cincinnati, this is not one of their best years. And so you know, the game being televised on CBS wasn't for everybody to see Cincinnati. This was a U of H game who's number 8 in the country and grooving along, even though you've lost the player that was tabbed as the preseason conference player of the year, Caleb Mills, who's now checked into Florida State where he's enrolled. And so that was the news on that part, Adam, for your college basketball update for the day.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I thought, let me see. I think I had some college. I did. I think I had some college. Also, but U of H does have a game tonight, though, Jimmy. I want to make sure they have a game tonight.
Yeah. U of H isn't the one that got the COVID. They've had their package.
Yeah.
Not to say they can't get it again, but they had theirs last month.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, now this time.
I saw some last night in college basketball. Then I thought about it, made me think about it. The mighty LSU, man. They got
the snot beat out of them last night, didn't
but in football, they got beat 55-17 by Alabama. And then they get beat 105-75. Jimmy, this all in the same. No, yeah. Oh no, not in the same calendar year, but it's in the same year. Jimmy, all that cheat. Wait a minute, all of that impropriety that's happening down there. Jimmy, I thought when you cheat, you're supposed to win. I mean, I don't know. I'm just hey Shirlene Scott Hayes. Oh, Jimmy, when I saw that name, I had to speak. I'm sorry. That's like Michelle Obama then popped up on the screen right there. So I had to speak to her. What else you got?
I mean,
but I just wanted to share that with y'all.
Man, LSU. At one time, I looked at that game and they were losing by shit. It looked like damn near 40 points. At one point, they were getting the snot beat. I mean, it was 10 minutes, 11 minutes to go in the game, and I'm understanding LSU has been good this year, but Alabama has been good as well. Dude, Petty been putting in work.
And Jimmy, I forgot, man. I forgot to shout out to they on here now. They told me to say this happy Chucks and it's a Chucks and Pearls type of day. You know, all the women in my crew says a Chucks and Pearls type of day. I didn't know what the pearls meant, but I didn't know Kamala Harris. I didn't mean to change subjects, but that somebody just texted me and said, "Robert, you forgot," but I meant to do it in my monologue. But you came on kind of fast. But they said it's just a Chucks and Pearls type of day. So shout out this to the women. Hey, let me tell you, we can get to talk about this sports all we want to, but I'm gonna bring it back to a woman topic all day today, women. I'm just gonna tell you because I got too much. And to the women who just got on the show, did y'all? I got to ask y'all again because it's almost 1:00. Did y'all see the outfits? Karen Thomas Did you see J-Lo? Did you see Melania Trump? Did you see Jill Biden? She was sharp. The first time I ever seen Kamala Harris in a dress. And ladies, Sonya, the dress Kamala had on, excuse me, Vice President Harris had on was by a black designer that from, I think, Baton Rouge, from that area. I don't know the exact name. That was some information. Michelle Obama know what she was doing. But Rock, when they left the house, Jimmy, you know how they say when you left the house? They left that house knowing that she was gonna walk in there. She had Jimmy, and hold up, Jimmy. She didn't button her coat up. She left it open so you can see the belt. She wanted you to see the belt. So I saw a lot of women pop up on there, and I know y'all missed it in the beginning. But happy Women Rock Wednesday to y'all. But Melania, don't leave Melania out. I know y'all talking about Michelle. Melania was hitting them today. I ain't never said nothing about her. She was hitting them this morning. But what else we got, Jimmy?
Yeah, and we had one hell of a topic, and I know we're going up against the guests is going to be joining us.
No,
so in the mailbag,
we got a little while. We got a little while. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And here's the topic. And y'all guys are like we're at the top of the hour right now on the Chop Shop. And it's the time. Let's all share the show. Let me get my share in as well. Let me do that right now, Hannah. I'm sharing the show to my timelines. We're going to do a mass share right now. Let's get the show out there and get it pumping out there. As I read you guys this email. And this coach says, I'm on the fence about the whole leaving the state of Texas, some of these high school players for other prep schools and whatnot. He said, the truth is the kid is going to get the scholarship he deserves no matter where he's at. This is a high school coach, an anonymous coach. He said the stock won't rise just because you play for a better school or program. Production on the floor matters the most, not the name on the jersey. But on the flip side, they get exposure to a level of basketball that they just can't get here. They also get to be around like-minded individuals who know they want to play at the next level and work like they are already at the next level. So there are some benefits. What's your thoughts on this? Coach is on the fence. Shared his ideas why he's on the fence. This is about amount of players who've been transferring out to go to prep schools. And for the most part, for the vast majority of them, the stock don't go up. Meaning that the level of colleges that they end up going to would have probably, in all likelihood, been the same level of college they would have went to anyway. Now, we can go and cherry pick, a kid like Cade Cunningham from Dallas went over to Montverde. Well, Cade Cunningham,
he was the number one.
He was already top 5 in the country.
Yeah.
He ended up being the one. So guess what? If you want to use Cade Cunningham for your defense on the other side, then take him. Kelly Oubre, ditto. But Kelly Oubre, when he left, he was already a player who was on the grassroots team that was one of the most visualized and one of the most recruited grassroots teams in the United States of America at that time. He was on a team with Justice Winslow, Justin Jackson, and a young De'Aaron Fox. Kelly Oubre's on this grassroots. So He was already. So you want to use Kelly Oubre? Go ahead on. But for the vast majority, for every Kelly Oubre and Cade Cunningham, think about the abundance of others
But
who
okay,
left.
I got a question. Is there an abundance of kids that do that? I don't think it's that big of a problem. Are there an abundance of kids that are leaving?
No. When you look at the numbers of the abundance comes in the number of those who increase their stock versus don't increase their stock. It's an abundance there. That's where a vast majority. We're talking about maybe a 95% or greater. That's an abundance. That means overwhelming of the ones who leave, the overwhelming majority does not increase their stock. That's the thing.
Okay.
So the number now in the past, remember, I think it was last year's class, right? Or it might have been this year's class. Remember, we had about, it was last year's class. How when LJ would cry and Tremont them were in the 9th grade, they had about 5 kids leave Houston from that class. About 5 that were already, as a 9th grader, that was already going into the 10th grade, projected like ranked in the top 20. 5 left that year from out of Houston.
5 9th graders?
Yeah.
You talking about when the guys like Keon them?
Now Keon was this class right here.
So who was who? Give me one of the guys. I'm trying to see. I don't.
Quinn Slazinski.
Okay.
Who else last year from last year's class? From last year's
he said the 19. He said the 19. Doug said the 19 class.
Had
a bunch.
Charles Smith.
Okay.
Remember him? Westbury Christian.
But it's not that many though. It's not that many.
What I'm saying, you're saying it's not that many, but I'm telling you, they had another kid that played as a freshman with De'Aaron Fox. He was the starter at Cy Lakes alongside De'Aaron Fox in the 9th grade.
Yeah, I remember some dude.
He went to New York. He was part of that class. That's 3.
I ain't heard from him no more.
So Doug said that was 2019. That was the 2019 class. So it was last year class. 2019 class. These guys I'm naming from. That's Jared Garcia.
I remember he left and I ain't heard from him no more.
That's the whole point. What the coach is saying, he's on the fence, meaning that most of them that transfer.
That's not that many guys, though.
Hell, that's one year. It happens a lot. Hell, we just had every year there's one. JBL Francis was this year. He was number 1 in the city. Didn't you just watch Montgomery play on TV?
Yeah, but it's still,
what did he do?
He won. He's one guy. I'm just saying it's not that. I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
Adam. It's not whether it's a big of a deal or not. The deal is, the topic is when they go, whoever they go. We're not saying everybody's leaving the state.
The coach said he on the fence about it. I'm not on the fence about it. I'm just saying that's not that many guys.
Adam, you missing what I'm so you're thinking this is all. We're not saying this is that many. Adam, erase the chalkboard. There's not many of them, but however many it is, most of them don't increase their stock. So, that's the point, because that's why most of them. Now the question is, why do you think most of them are leaving?
They probably don't like y'all out down here.
They want to increase their stock.
Well, then
that's the reason.
Well, then they say there's choices and consequences.
That's what the hell we're talking about right now.
They made a choice.
Now another kid from that class, Doug, you can add on, is a kid is at Baylor right now. The kid at Baylor that had the 2 brothers.
These kids and their parents can do what the hell they want to.
That's not the issue.
It's the issue to me. Even if you do go, try to up your stock and it don't
No,
happen
but
for
so
you,
that means
at
the
least
reason
you
that
tried.
the carrot that you're chasing is
Jimmy,
not is
sometimes you
not a
don't
real
catch the
carrot.
sometimes you don't catch it.
Most of the time, ain't no sometimes. The vast majority of the time, you're not catching it. That's the kid's name, or thank you, Harris.
But
I mean Turner, that is
the Turner
the two
twins,
Turner
yeah, they
brothers.
left. Turner guy, yeah.
Those are in that class as well.
But all I'm saying
That's
is,
five. That's what I'm saying. It was five. The younger brother wasn't top 20,
hey,
but the older brother was. That's four of those five was top 20 in the area.
all I'm
And none of them increased their stock to the point where, put it like this, the Turner kid had an offer from Baylor the summer when he left to go up to Sunrise.
that's good.
So Quinn Slazinski had a walk-on deal. They were going to put how that deal was hooked up. They would have took him anywhere with the walk-on deal
What you
that they
see,
took.
Jimmy, always remember, ladies and gentlemen, my views are not his views. I don't think the way he thinks. And right now, I'm not thinking the way you think. I think nothing beats a failure but a try. They tried it and it didn't happen. Thomas Edison, he tried this light bulb, Jimmy, 3,000 times. What if at 2,999, he said, man, I done quit. I ain't going. I'm done. I done tried this thing 2,999 times. We're still being a damn dog. So I don't mind them kids going and try. Y'all, it might hurt. Y'all might be on the fence about it. If they tried it, they tried it. It just didn't work. I can't get mad at a family for saying, man, I'm gonna go after that carrot. I know some people that went out and left after lesser carrots and failed. But these kids just tried it, and it didn't work for him. Jordan, he tried it. He's still at Baylor. I don't know where the Selinsky guy is. He tried it.
He's still at Louisville.
But he tried it. I don't mind people trying stuff, man.
Trying is not the issue here. The issue is is what you bought. The sale that was sold to you. You were sold.
What some people are better salesmen, Jimmy.
Okay, but there was no disclaimer. Here's the thing: you people buying these used cars with no disclaimer, and the lemon law ain't applying at all. That's the thing. If they would, it's like a college. If a college coach was when some do out there, some be blatantly honest and letting you know that you aren't playing. Now, the key word is say you have a chance to play, or we like, you're going to you have the opportunity to play. Well, if it's noted to you that, hey man, you come over and play, we're going to play all these people, man, but we can't guarantee your stock going to go up. Then guess what? More people like, well, shit, I ain't going. But the thing is, come over here, we're going to get you ranked. Come over here, we're going to get all these coaches come over here. You're going to play with all these coaches, man. You're going to go, you're going to get it. You're going to get where you want to go. That's part of the sale. And that means now along the way, somebody is buying the bull. No.
Jimmy, how can, so you're saying there's no chance for those guys. That what you're saying is those people are lying to these people, and everybody in Houston don't go nowhere if these people can't guarantee. In this world, in this life, you can't guarantee nothing, Jimmy Hicks.
That's understand. All I'm saying is the disclaimer is not being presented as far as, and the reality is not being put into play. Well, in most cases.
But guess what?
Because in most cases, people always coming back with the stories saying, man, Man, they told even little bitty things like how the housing arrangements would be sometimes, how the living conditions would be sometimes, how the travel would be sometimes, how they would live in the hotels, how much food would be in the refrigerators. Different people, the lure and the sale has long been different than the reality. And so that means now the gullible parent who makes the decision and our guardian, then they are the one that's buying it. So that means we need educated buyers,
Jimmy,
because the sale is going to always be there.
what I don't understand is if he never tried it, he would have never known. If you don't go, you'll never know. If you don't never go holler at that Beyonce looking gal, if you keep saying, well, I'm scared to go try, she got to turn me down. Because if I find it attractive and I think I can go and do it, get it, I'm going to try it. Because these young men and their families saying, man, your talent going to be good enough anyway. Guess what? What if they parents thinking, if you go and your stock go up, it go up. But if it's level, then okay, we still right where we at. But we'd have never won if we never got off the porch. Jimmy, all I'm saying is, I just don't think like that. Mr. Coach and whoever the coach was, in the coach, I see why he on the fence. His ass better be on the fence, because that's something to think about, Coach. Sometimes you ain't these kids' pappy. You ain't these kids' mama. Every parent, let me tell you something. And those guys there didn't have the advantage of having a chop shop like it is now. So guess what? And I tell you, parents, if you feel you need to go somewhere to raise your stock, go. And if it don't happen for you, you got no problems out of me. Because guess what? I'm going to try everything. I'm going to try it. If I think I'm good enough. But now if your ass can't play, if little Johnny can't make a layup, don't waste no time and money taking your ass out of town. But if
so how they gonna know that? Huh? So how would they know that?
No.
How would they know if you saying if he can't play? How would they know that he can't play?
If they don't know he can't play, then I can't help.
Because wherever he's coming from, he's a red ant in that ant bed. So how do they know he can't play? So where he's playing
about the red ants. I ain't talking about the red ants. You're a red ant. Go.
That's what I'm saying. So that means there's a red ant from wherever you come from, but you going over here, not just with
Jimmy,
you going over here to a program that got
Jimmy. You
can
keep your theory. You and the coach, because you found it so interesting. The coach said it. You and coach can keep that theory. And I got another theory. Man, go try it, man. Go try it, parents.
Okay, here's the flip side of the reality to that. In the quest of trying it, multiple situations and instances where players that have went and followed through that situation of going out of state, going to one of those prep schools. Not saying one, or I'm talking about as a lump, a prep school. Not saying this one, a Montverde, Finley prep, going to prep school as in general. There's been multiple situations where when the kid doesn't meet that expectation of what that coach thought he might have been, and he's riding the bench for the first time, that's a depressed or unhappy kid who has a parent or set of parents multiple states, thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles away in his hometown. The feeling that a parent can get when their son is across the country or states over and depressed can sometimes can sometimes make some parents feel in a helpless situation.
Is this your argument? Because you the same one. Somebody, these kids, they got to grow up. Y'all, just a week ago, these kids got to grow up. These kids can handle more than you think they can.
Absolutely, Hatter, but the kids isn't making the decision. No matter what, whenever a kid moves into one of these schools or transfers out of state to a prep school, there's a grown-up that has to sign the paperwork in most cases, the vast majority. So that means the grown-up is what I'm talking about. This ain't gonna do with the grown up.
Said the kid's depressed because he ain't playing.
The kid's depressed affecting the grown up now. So now the relationship now it's like buyer's remorse. Damn, I came here. Damn, I should have stayed at home. Damn, well now I can't go back. I can't go back because now we got rules in place. You just can't come back and ease right in the middle of a season in a state like Texas. If you gotta wait 15 days. UIL.
Okay.
If at the least, that's the least that has to happen.
Okay.
So that means those things.
End of the world.
No, it's not the end of the world. But then the thing is, while you're doing so, that means you've missed opportunities to shine and increase your stock. Because if you're riding the bench and you're playing second, third, fourth, fifth, 16th fiddle on that other team, then when have you played to increase your stock? That means the objective the quest that you set out to explore and capture, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. That's what that means. So that means now the thing is nobody is saying, hey, do you realize there's a chance and a possibility? What if?
So you saying
it doesn't
ain't nobody
like
telling them parents that? Well, you just told them, parents. It's a chance that if your kid go out there and he don't play,
I'm the guy that's been telling the parents that for 15 years. What if it don't go like you're saying? That's the question.
And they still doing it. Let the motherfucker burn down then.
Understand.
Well, let it burn down.
No, that's different. Because that's different than me saying, hey, do you realize that you can go there and ride the bench? You can go now. That's a whole different thing. My thing is accountability. What happens if it don't go like you planned? Are you prepared? Then it just that's the first layer of it. Now, for me to go and say the other stuff, that's different. But bottom line, it happens. And once again, kids, it's like sometimes if you play in a certain situation, you become serial of the day. Let's say PJ Haggerty is scoring 34 points a game at Crosby High School. If PJ takes his ass to Oak Hill tomorrow, how many points do you think he's going to average at Oak Hill?
I don't know.
PJ Haggerty has an offer on the table from a Big 12 school right now. Okay. If he go take it as Oak Hill, know what they're going to do? Know what they're going to do with that offer? Know what they're going to do? Snatch that offer, clean off the table. See, it's knowing how to excel in your condition and your stock. At some point, it's cheaper to just go on keep it on up in there and keep being big man on campus where you are. Because after all, you're playing summer grassroots basketball. Aren't you playing against all these guys in grassroots basketball? Go and master that on the 17U level first. Then, or on a sneaker circuit at the 16s, even at the least. If you do that, then you have proven that you are worthy of going and making a dent or putting an impact at one of those programs. That's the thing. For everybody we just named earlier, had none of those guys played 17U before they left. I'm sorry. Two of them did.
Why would the school? I was just waiting on you to talk, and somebody popped it on the screen. Thank you. Why would the school take the offer from this boy because he went to Oak Hill? Just tell me
I
why.
not because he went to Oak Hill, because
You're
you go there and don't
snatching,
play.
you're
Because
snatching
you
from
go there and don't play, that offer, they don't necessarily per se take it away, meaning that your offer will no longer be committable. That's what I meant by the term take it away. That's why. If you go to that school and you go to that school
all I'm
and you're
saying
not,
is, man,
understand, because while you're not playing, that means there's a guy in front of you that's playing. So that means that same school and that y'all the same position. Why would they would offer him? They want him. Why the hell they want you? Before wanting him. Now they still might want you, but that's just a life of
no,
it
you just
in
a
big
strong
time basketball.
Jimmy, you remember the other day, you said something about you would rather those guys stay here because it helps you, wouldn't it?
No, it don't. No, absolutely
So
not. No, I didn't say that. It don't help me.
usually guys, you know,
It makes my job easier, Hatter. It don't help me. I mean, it don't hurt me. It makes my job easier. That's less guys I'm obligated to cover.
No, you just got to.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Nah. You still got to cover somebody.
That's less. Division ones, the less division ones in this city.
But Jimmy,
that's the less I got. Places I got to be.
More than Division 1.
But that's not what I'm obligated to cover. I don't get paid from parents. I don't get paid to identify non-Division 1 players. That ain't the game I'm playing with these parents.
Excuse me though, but you got lists on your website that
For
got a lot of non-Division 1s
those lists on the website. Understand this. You know what they're done? They're for those parents to go and get their printer, cut it on, make copies of it, send it off themselves. But that's self-serve.
But you just said
that
you're
ain't
not responsible for that.
That ain't what I do.
But you just should always, but you got those guys, you got the non-Division 1 guys on your website. You don't just have D1 guys on there.
Yes, because
your name ain't RCS D1.
I just said obligation. That's the key word. That don't mean you don't do something. Obligation means inclusive of what you're supposed to do.
You told me you don't cover those guys. Those guys don't matter. You don't worry about
no. Stop. All of those kids matter to me.
When he leaves.
All of them matter to me.
No.
They used to didn't matter. How they matter to me now. So that we changed. Remember how you said the rules changed? Remember how you said I didn't change back. I'm the new me now.
I'm talking about
no. Didn't we just go just last week? Let's because you ain't heard me. Let me say it again. All of these kids matter to me in 2021. I had to talk with my mama. I had to talk with my daddy. They both dead. I had one of them talks with them, and they said, listen. All these kids matter. I said, yes, mama. So all these kids matter. Yeah, they matter. But at the same time, I'm obligated to identify Division 1 talents. First, that's priority. That's like on the chop shop. We're obligated to be on here from 12 to 2. That's not an obligation to give you guys overtime. It's not an obligation. But do you get it? Yeah, you get it. You get it more times than not. Not as much as you used to, because overtime is on Saturday mornings, 10 to 11 a.m. Central Time. That's the thing. So once again, yes, they matter now. So now you can hear the different.
I heard you. It wasn't about the matter.
No. Heard me. You didn't. Are you listening to me?
It's the reason you don't want me to say something. It's a reason. If you just hold on a minute. Let me clarify it. Okay. I said, doesn't that affect you? You said, no, it make it easy on you. That's less people I don't have to cover. I cover D1 guys. And all I said was, that's not necessarily true. Because on RCS website, it's a lot of non-Division 1 guys. That's all I said. And you went completely crazy. That's all I said.
I just explained to you the non-division one guys. That's understand, covering the city of Houston. College coaches pay me to identify the Division I prospects. Unlike others in this city, I don't charge parents for my services. So that's not the norm. That's the app norm. So what I'm saying, so when kids, once again, if the kids matter now, I'm not the only one that update the website. So Doug Jones may mention some non-division one kids. Jeffrey Day may mention some non-division one kids.
It's on your website. You're responsible for it.
Understand. At the same time, no, hold on. Show your effort of proof Adam, don't you remember yesteryear? Yeah, hold on, yesteryear. You know how many kids we used to rank in every class?
100. I remember.
100. Okay. Just 2 months ago, when the season started, you know how many we had ranked?
That is.
Hold on. We just increased it by 10 in each class. Let me help you out. Because know what happens? People will start laughing, and while you guys laughing, you'll miss reality. And that's what happens when people, and I'm trying to give you the facts.
Who laughing?
The people that are watching the show right now.
They ain't laughing because somebody asked a great question.
It's always funny as hell when we turn into with Claude and Ray. It's funny as hell. But let me give you factuals. I'm gonna provide factuals up on it. And as the factuals come, here's a fact.
Give me a fact.
We had 40 players ranked that were in the 12th grade. Why did we trim it down to 40? As a 12th grader. 12th graders should be more names listed and everything because to get them opportunities, right? We put 40 because on the average, we say about 27 to 30 get Division I scholarships. So it's about 10 as possibles, like your Queens or if you bid in your hand in spades. So we put 40. That was it. Now we just increased it. We increased it from 40 to 50, now to 60 because they're getting closer to the end of their 12th grade year. So we have a top 60 seniors, but we had to go and shake it and reset it at first and cut it down to 40. And that's the thing. So that means understand, that was a reason to try to get people's attention to say, no. On this list, this 40, these are possible, the Division I possibles. So that means the other kids didn't make the list. Wasn't no honorable mentions. Wasn't no on that. So then after got everybody's attention for 1 month, we come back in December, 50. Now in January, we just updated the rankings last week, 60. You see? Then February, it'll be 70. Then you go and you squeeze on back. But you got their attention. That's the thing.
Okay,
I
got a question. Bob, I've been meaning to ask this question for you. He says sitting on the bench at Oak Hill is better than playing and scoring 25 points a game in UIL high school basketball. You are around like-minded players daily at Oak Hill. I cannot give you what Oak Hill can. And this is a high school coach, pretty good high school coach. Daily matchups are priceless, Hicks. It's about being prepared. If you are at Oak Hill, you are a D1 scholarship worthy ready. Come on, Hicks, stop it.
Once again, the lure from which you left, and if you go to Oak Hill and ride the bench, the lure for which you left, if you thought, under the impression that you was going to Oak Hill and play, now, if you're not on that bench, if you're riding that bench, that possibly could be for the first time in your life. Everybody is not prepared and equipped mentally to handle coming off the bench for the first time in their life, especially when it ain't no mama, daddy right there. That's a crash course in growing up. Everybody has to do it at some point in time, but it's normally done when they're in college for the most part because it's a support system in place for that. When you're at those schools, though, most of the time, those coaches are people that you probably have barely met in person. And when you transfer and send your kid off to a prep school, as opposed to a college coach, you go visit him. They come visit, do a home visit with you. You go do an unofficial, maybe an official. You go visit the team. It's a relationship that had time and intrinsic value up under it. So that's one of the things. Now, if the kid if the kid is a Division I talent, the thing is, he's gonna be a Division I talent wherever he was. Now, what that
So
is
you
saying
he
is,
can't get better at Oak Hill playing every
yes, he
single
can.
day
He
against
he can.
a Montverde?
He can. But then the thing was the initial topic in this was the undercurrent of this was, what was the sale to get you there? That's the initial thing. It's not saying you shouldn't go, but what was the sale to get you there? If the sale was this and you went there and it was that, then remember, Tommy Mason Griffin went to Oak Hill for about a day, committed to Oak Hill. Right when Tommy was in school, well, when he was in 11th grade, the kid before him from Dallas, what his name? You guys help me out, boom, boom, boom. From Dallas, won the state championship.
Willie Warren.
Willie Warren went to Oak Hill. Tommy Griffin was going to go there and join Willie Warren. Tommy Griffin came back home. Not the only kids that when they come back home, but at the same time, once you get there, if you see it quick, like, oh hell no, I'm getting up out of here. Or I ain't going to even go. Because you find out what's the sale. Tommy was going to already understand. He had done a lot in Houston, and that would have probably been a good move for Tommy. Tommy was probably going to make the McDonald game anyway. Obviously, he made it anyway. So that means his stock, no matter what, he made it at Madison High School. So the sale, though, was you come here, you can make it. Come here, we can get you ranked. He was already ranked high. Now, guess what? That don't mean you shouldn't go. I'm just saying certain people, what's the sale? And we go back to JBL Francis.
Jimmy,
to JBL Francis, what was the sale to JBL
like to
Francis?
be sold and recruited. And so some people like that. You don't like to be sold? You don't like for people to find what you do attractive? You love it. When people say you this and you did, you love it. So these people, I think you can come here and do this. Jimmy, maybe their intentions were great, but let me get off of that. Because I want to hear what everybody, because she's consistent with this, and I want somebody to help her, because she been had her notepad out for 3 years, and she still don't understand how this shit works. So please, Paul Miranda, I want you. I want Paul Miranda. We finna go to class, B. Scott. I want, hey, Troy Bieniemy, man. Yeah. Hey, boy, I've been thinking about you, man, all night. They ain't gonna have time to talk about your brother right now, man. I got a whole soliloquy about how great your brother is. But Troy is there. But Kevin Freeman, I ain't gonna talk to Kevin Freeman. I got to talk to my guys. I want somebody to help B. Scott out, because she seems to just don't get it. Keith Fobb, I need you. Let me go down the line. Coach Fobb, I need you. Paul Miranda, Clarence Harris, I don't need you. Who else I got on there? I just need y'all. Y'all okay, all right. I need y'all right now. B. Scott said she's watching Oak Hill versus iSchool. Okay? I would say that what we need is kids playing like a team. Maybe the conversations need to be less about who scored 41 points and more about how 2-3 kids are playing as a team more effectively than the other individuals. This for y'all now, because I'm going to let y'all talk to her. You can go somewhere in Houston and find a coach that will let you score 40. But who are the coaches that are going to hold you accountable to your teammates? I'm going to let y'all educate her, because if she been in this thing and been on here taking notes, you ain't been taking the right notes. And I want y'all to read that. As a matter of fact, I'm finna pin this on the broadcast, because I need y'all help. I'm going to pin this on the broadcast. Y'all know I need y'all to talk to me. I'm going to pin it, so will somebody please explain to her, because she really want to know. She really want to know. But it might sound different. Let me put it back up there. It might sound different, like Jimmy said, coming from a set of ears, because I know we didn't cover this several times. I just want to know. I want y'all to help her, because somehow she have a problem with people scoring a lot of points. And somebody ain't told her, in order to win a basketball game, you got to score more points than the other person. Somebody that just ain't got through to her. I know I've said it. I know Jimmy has said it. Keith, basketball is not an equal opportunity sport. The kids on the team know who's the man. Stephen Woods, could you help her? Because I just want her to be helped, man. Because I hate for a person to be in our class. She's been in a master class for three or 4 years. And B, I'm embarrassed that you put that up there. Because evidently you might have been taking notes, but you ain't went back and read them. Shannon, Paul Miranda, Stephen Woods, could y'all address what this young lady said? I got it on the screen. No, don't address me, Martin Vaughn. Address B. Scott. What you said, not really how the defense win championship. Got to be at your... Okay. Defense win championship. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not going to answer that one, Martin Vaughn. I'm going to leave that one alone. Evidently, you're not a high school coach. You're not, I don't know if you're a coach or not. B. Scott's, what? You can have both. A kid that goes 40 is always going to be in the headlines. This was Keith Favre. Thank you, Keith Favre. That's why I asked you guys, because I knew you guys wasn't going to sugarcoat it. I can't wait on Coach Favre for Made It Creek to give. I want to hear his. The kid that scores 40 is always going to be a headline. It's not easy to score 10 in basketball, especially in a game. No good coach is going to stop a player from scoring. Oh, that's Anthony Favre. That's my dude. Hatter and B. Scott, I must say, scoring is what is valued here. It is what garners people attention. Peavy made and coached his son to play the right way. He could have averaged 30, but he knew that he was not going to be on the court at Tech. But he didn't always know he was going to go to Tech either, because there was some other people like him. As a parent, stop worrying about the write-ups and just focus on playing the right way. Now you're going to lose write-ups, but your son would be better if he's focused on rebound, defense, and playing the right way. Okay? I like that one. I like that one. I hear y'all. And I hope they answered your question. B. Scott? Oh, right on. She right on time. I guess it's right on time. She's right on time. B. Scott, I hope you go through there and look at those comments. But B. Scott, of course, all I played was defense. But let me tell you something, man. You got to be able to put that back. This is a game, B. Scott, that you got to play the whole game. You just got to be able to score. You got to be able to rebound. You got to be able to play defense. Because but we got a special guest here, B. Scott. Look through the thing. But I got to bring Coach Leah in now. She right on time. She got on her pearls and all that kind of stuff. But let me bring her in right. Let me add her right now. That Coach Leah. And how you doing? Yeah, move yourself the other way. Other way. Keep going. There you go. Now you're right in the center. Girl, you know what? That woman that watched Michelle Obama hairdo this morning and tried to get the same hairdo. Yes, you did. Yes, you do. How you doing, Coach Leah? I know you got something going on. And we was right in the middle of something, but I love the way you just come in on the right time. I'm trying to help a lady. It's Women Rock Wednesday. I'm trying to help B. Scott. Cause she's stuck on this. She don't believe you're supposed to score a lot of points. She think you just don't have to. Coach Leo, you a coach?
So what exactly does the winner? How do we determine the winner?
By the score.
I'm just saying.
Martin Vaughn. Martin Vaughn by the
Look,
score.
I know that I didn't get any type of attention until I learned how to make a basket. I'm just saying. And I could jump, I could rebound, I could block shots, all of that stuff before I could score. And I got on the varsity, but I didn't get any attention until I learned how to make a basket. And I'm a shout out to Kelly, Vesta Kelly, former ABA star out of St. Paul, Minnesota, for taking me to in the lab over at the St. Paul Martin Luther King Center. Shout out to my people that are listening from Minneapolis. Yeah, everybody knows about Kelly. You know about Kelly Hatter?
No, I just love Minneapolis, babe. I had some of the best.
Yeah.
Hey, I love y'all up there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes. So, but speaking of B. Scott, she was on my spirit today. I really want to get with you girls. So, let's get something going, because I know that even though this might be just a little bit of a misunderstanding that you have with Hatter and Jim.
No.
But
no. Let me show you something. She always taking notes, right? But I know some people who take notes and don't go back and look at them. Aaliyah, sometimes you got to go back and look at them.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
Cause faith comes by. Hey, faith comes by hearing the word. Jimmy, I've read books. Aaliyah, I read this book. I told you, Leaders Eat Last. I read it, but when I read it again, I saw some stuff that I didn't see. I came with a new mindset, a new wisdom. When I read it again, I was saying, "Oh." So that's why I just need her to read them notes. She got a lot of them over there. Yeah. But how you doing? Tell us why you're here today.
Some more other stuff you learned, right?
Hold up.
Right. Okay.
Tell me about
this. Yes. So the Sweetheart Shootout, you guys, it's coming. It's coming month of February. Okay. And so we want girls programs that are either in high school or your grassroots organizations, primarily 15U and up, because you've got to be varsity level players. And we want to give you our platform for you guys to raise money for your programs. And so we're so excited. I got my little diamond shirt on today. Some of my diamond alum can tell you how our shootouts go. You're blessed in so many ways other than just running up and down the court and winning a game or whatnot. And so, of course, we've got a lot of those types of components, things that are signature for, Diamond in the Rough, for our Alex programming that we want to provide for your programs with our platform. And guess how much it costs? Guess how much? Guess how much, Harry?
How much?
It don't cost you nothing.
What?
It costs you nothing. But however, you do have to be selected. And so we're looking for programs that we can select. And I've got a few on the back of my hand that I'll be reaching out to. 4 teams out of Minnesota. I got 3 teams out of Georgia. I've got 4 teams out of Houston that, like off my dome, that I know are deserving of this opportunity. And so I just need to make sure that you sign up, you get locked and loaded, and let's do this thing. Let's help you raise some money for your programs. Oh, and a team out of Chicago. Of course, I can't leave my guy, Chicago Hoops Express, out the equation. But we want you guys to be able to earn some money for your programs. And you can do it 4 different ways. You can do a tournament. You can do just a round robin. get some other teams to come and play, do a round robin. You can do something as simple as get a pledge for a shot that you've made. So free throws. Do you remember the Mike and drill? Y'all remember the Mike and drill from back in the day? We got to teach these young folks who George Mikan was.
Oh, Mike and drill.
The
You know the
Mike
whole
and
proper. You
drill.
ain't talking proper. It's the Mike and drill.
The Mike and
Yes,
drill.
George
Well,
Mikan.
I gotta know what that is, man. I gotta say the right term, right?
One of the best big men. He revolutionized the game. Old guy. I'm telling you, everybody, even for the guards, Leah, let's not stop there. The guards need to learn it. Keep going.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you want to do the mic and drill, how many of you, just going through the mic and drill, how many layups can you make? Two ball. Who remembers two ball? You remember that was developed back in the late 80s, early 90s. McDonald's came out with it first, and then the NBA took it over. And it was a way for programs to do a little contest. And you had two players, and you had spots on the different parts of the floor, and each spot had a point that was a point value. And so once you shot, you rebounded your own shot, and then you had to pass to your partner who was already on the location where they wanted to score and score a point. So we brought two ball to our National Youth Sports Program into a lot of grassroots organizations back in the day. But we want to bring it back because that's fun too. And again, get pledges, right? The players and the coaching staff and the school can get pledges. Then the players go out, get the points, then go do what? Go back and get the money. Guess who keeps the money? Y'all. But guess who helps you set up the entire programming? We do. And so we want to offer our expertise, our platforms, our social media connects, our multimedia, I like to say, our multimedia connections. Because we have several different levels of media that we're connected with. So, but yeah, so we're excited, and it's called the Sweetheart Shootout because it's for just girls.
Hey, hold up. I got something. Hold up, Leah.
Okay.
You said Sweetheart Shootout. I'm reading off of the sheets you sent me. The pandemic edition. This the special pandemic edition. Now you can finish. I just wanted to add that.
You like that? So normally, thank you for that lead-in. So normally it's Valentine's weekend that we would do a sweetheart shootout. But because of the pandemic, we know we're in a very fluid time in right now. And so, and when I say that, the reason we want to offer so many options of how you can raise money is because the different parts of the country, you're at different parts of where your season is. So for instance, my bestie coach, Kwesi Timmons out of Georgia is heading into playoffs next month because they've been able to get like 19 plus games in already. But up in Minneapolis, we've got several coaches, Coach Crystal Flint, they just finished their second game of the season. They started their tryouts right after the new year. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Fluid,
so,
like you said.
So they're in different parts of their seasons.
Could you add something for me? Because I think some people got a little misunderstanding, and I want you to tie this in. Because Jonathan Griffin said, who are the Houston teams? I would like to take my daughter. Could you help him?
Okay. So until they've actually been signed on, I really don't want to make mention of who we have in mind, but I appreciate that. Gotcha. And as soon as we do, and even on the literature that I shared with you, with our partnership with the Chop Shop, we want to be able to break that news to you right here on Women Rock Wednesday. So when they can get signed on, we want to be able to show them love, talk about them, talk about their programs, and really help those programs. And if you want to reach out to me, for just more information in general about the Sweetheart Shootout, then you can go to the website and there's a chat portal right there. And I think Hattie, you've experienced chatting with me on the website.
Oh yeah. I told y'all she got it going on.
It comes to me right away. So let me pivot back if I can.
Yeah, come on.
To February.
Okay.
So instead of just Valentine's weekend, we want to extend it to the entire month of February. And so once you get signed on, you can do your event any time during the month of February. And so, for more information, go to the website. We will post the more information specifically about the Sweetheart Shootout there. I hope that you guys will help show me some love on the Chop Shop and share the information about the Sweetheart Shootout there. And, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. If you're a business or organization or individual that would like to help with any part of the funding for that. If you have a gift that you just feel compelled to give, we're happy to accept that. Our Fraser Foundation, which is attached to Alex, is a 501c3, so your donation will be tax deductible. And all of our grants and things that we give come through the Fraser Foundation. So you give to the Fraser Foundation, we give through the Fraser Foundation, which is our nonprofit arm of the Institute for Arts and Academic Leadership and Athletic Excellence. And that is where all of our specialists and industry experts, that's where they are. And look, I got somebody from Houston, Texas on my site right now. I can't talk to you because I'm busy right now, but I would.
That's all right. That's all right.
I would. I would hit you right back and say, hey, thank you for joining us. And how's the weather? I would say something to you. But anyway, okay, so I'm trying to think, is there anything else about that? Because I'm gonna tell you, I have a list of things based on the stuff y'all been talking about before I came on that I just have to comment on, if that's okay.
Come on with it.
The first one is this. You're starting 5.
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about through messaging that I would love for Alex to be able to give a gift to your starting 5.
Okay.
And so I need to know who they are. So the gift is,
I got it.
So we've got some special customized Women Rock Wednesday T-shirts that we're going to be giving to the starting 5. So
I got their information
with the blessings of Jim Hicks and Robert Hatter.
Uh-huh.
We want to be able to get those out and to the starting 5. And I want to say, and let's just have this discussion right now, if that's okay.
Okay.
How about we only allow the starting 5 to be able to have those shirts initially? What do you think? Because I don't want to sell them. I don't want that to be, because that could be something that that we can we can sell those, right?
Yeah, it's exclusive to starting 5. You got to be a part of starting 5.
You got to be a starting 5 on Women Rock Wednesday.
On Women Rock, and you can't be no man.
So yeah, like I've got my diamond in the rough design on now. We've got some design whizzes that work with us and that have been working with us for a lot of years. And I've got to give a shout out to my wonderful husband, Robert. Denley.
I love Robert because his name is Robert too. Hey,
so he's just launched his R&L apparel, and we specialize in customized T-shirts. Okay. So you like that name, R&L? I thought that was very nice.
What was the L for?
I'm
messing with you. Hold up, but I got something for you. Let me call those ladies' names out who won today.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Mindy Collins, Dale Griggs, Anissa Veal, Sonia Billingsley, and Jessica Brooks is in the building.
Yeah,
those are the 5. And guess what? Nice. Can't win. So it's got to be a new woman the next time. You can't win more than once. No, the woman can't win no more than one T-shirt.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
one T-shirt. She can't get a whole. She be here every week. She got a whole damn family a damn T-shirt. No.
You should start the first one next week. That way they have an equal playing field to log on. That way it doesn't make it seem like.
I done called them names out now, Jimmy. You think I'm gonna have many of them mad at me? You got to be out your mind. You should have stopped me.
So how about this?
Okay.
How about a compromise?
All right.
These first 5, since you called them out, will win. Okay. However, they can be eligible again because we'll officially start next week. Jim, is that good?
Look, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Thank you, Leah, because Jimmy always got to throw a monkey wrench in the thing. What else you got, Leah? What's the other on the list? What else on the
Next
list?
thing on the list. Okay, so let's talk about. You said you like Minneapolis, right? You like Minnesota.
Yes.
So one of my besties is Rebecca White, and she is the mother of who you may know, Royce White, that played for the Rockets,
Yeah.
played in street ball.
Yeah.
Well, she's got two younger kids as well, Savannah and Xavier. They are both playing high school ball right now, and I told her, I said, you get the Ultimate Sports Mom Award right now, because what she was doing is making sure that, especially during the pandemic, people can't really go to the games like we want to.
Right.
Well, she figured out how everybody can log into the games and posted that information so it's easily and readily available for people to watch Xavier and Savannah play. And her dilemma is when they're both playing at the same time in different locations. And I remember being closely tied to those situations back when my kids were younger. So that's like an impossible thing when you got two kids playing at the same time, two different locations. But yeah, so that's a good way for her to be able to at least be able to peek in on both of her kids while they're competing, or she's at one game that she can be peeking in on the other, and things of that nature. But yeah, so shout out to Rebecca. She frequently watches the Chop Shop, and I would not be surprised if she was on today. So
tell her she better say something. Tell her say
I
something,
know.
and tell her just don't watch on Wednesday. We have,
Okay.
women rock every day on this show, baby. You understand me?
Right.
So what
And
else you got?
Just real quick, and Royce actually is the assistant coach for Hopkins, which is the team that her son plays for, Xavier plays for. So Royce is getting to that coaching thing, which is very cool. He's going to be able to really instill just so much knowledge and intellect and just heart with that program. Not that they didn't already have it, because Hopkins has always been rolling. So then the Savannah plays at De La Salle High School up there in Minnesota. So you mentioned my pearls. Thank you very much.
Yes.
There was no way I was going to come on and not represent for Kamala Harris and on Women Rock Wednesday and wear my pearls. I didn't have any Chucks this year, but yeah, I definitely was going to rock some pearls.
Robert need to get you some Chucks.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I think the last thing that I want to talk about is you guys were in deep discussion talking about the prep school. And Jimmy, you made a really good point that many of these programs don't disclose enough when they're doing the selling. And Robert, your point is valid as well.
That's good.
You want to be sold. You want to be sold, and you want to be sold on something that can be quantified, right? What parents need to make sure that they're doing is quantifying what they're being sold.
What you mean by quantify?
So that means what is being promised or what is being said that needs to be validated. You need to, how do you make sure that you validate that, parents? How about talk to some other parents, other kids that are there? How about talk to the kids that are already there and ask the hard questions? What did you eat last night? How did you get to the game last week? I mean, it's real simple. It's real simple because kids are not really, they don't have the kind of filters that us grown folks do when trying to dodge those types of questions. Okay, so those are just some tips. Now, that type of information and intel is stuff that, if you go to and want to be consulted as far as an entity, that's where we can help you with at the Institute for Arts and Academic Leadership and Athletic Excellence. When you want to be an athletically excellent entity, then you want to make sure you have all of those things in place, because you can't say that you want to be this top elite program and then not make sure that you're providing quality programming, quality coaching, quality facilities. And then if you don't have them, you got to learn how to have integrity and be real about what it's going to take. And so there's things that I feel like myself and my team can help with, those types of organizations that are wanting to be great. They're just not there yet. And it is about the kids. When we're doing this the right way for the right reasons, we have to make sure that the life and livelihood of these children are the priority. It can't be you trying to get into the let this be a vehicle that you get into a higher level coaching, It can't be about your ego or your pride, or you always wanted to do this thing. Well, if you always wanted to do it, then make sure that you're in a position to provide, again, excellence. I can't get away from that word. And if you don't really know what it takes to be excellent, then I need you to give me a call. If you have any question about what it takes to be excellent, I need you to give me a call, because that cannot be in question. The disclosures, disclose what it is. If there's something that you're not doing. Jimmy, I love when you say all the time, I don't charge parents. That's your disclaimer. That's your I don't charge parents. But I am obligated to college coaches, because they are who pay me. They pay to beat down the bushes the Division I athletes, and they trust you to do that. So that's why they pay you to do that. But you disclose that. You know what I'm saying? And that integrity is why I get down with you guys, because it's got to be about integrity. There's a lot of people in this game that they get lost in what it means to be doing this the right way for the right reasons. And I can't, not on my watch. I'm just saying, when I was with TCAL and we had all these top prep teams in our program, and there were a lot of different egos in testosterone. I'm just going to say it, testosterone and people just kind of getting caught up with the hype. I was never in the position to say that I would sell sell the kids information, disclose, or just do things that were not, I wouldn't say legal, but legal. And it was important. The people that were able to be successful were the ones that were that over their body of work had integrity, and the ones that were like 1 or 2 years in.
No, and all
That's a
I
good.
was saying, I mean, I love all of those guidelines, but these people gonna sell these people, and you gotta understand, Jimmy talking about it's a selling point. Yes, a lot of these people just want to leave and go somewhere that they can be great, so they can come back and like, Houston wasn't big enough for me. I mean, I'm going. A lot of people, some people like that, but it's okay. I still
No,
think it's okay.
yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Long as ain't nobody up there raping the kids or doing something bad to the kids,
Adam,
I'm
understand.
all right.
You wanting to go versus somebody luring you is two different things. You wanting to go versus me wanting to have you. That means I'm baiting you in. If you want to go, you don't need no bait. You ready to get the hell up out of here. You don't need nobody to bait you. They ain't got to sell you on nothing. You already sold.
How do we know who the bait or who the baiter or the baitee? How do we
She's
know
just
these people ain't?
explained. That's the whole thing. That's a whole nother topic of identifying the plays, but the plays happen. Leah, your son attended a prep school. I just thought about it, didn't he?
Yeah, Trinity Academy.
So you had to go through that.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
what would you call yourself doing? What was the sale to get you to do it?
Let me tell you what the sell was. So first of all, I'm very knowledgeable about what this industry is. That was the first thing. But the second thing is I had to know my son and what type of learning environment he needed to be in to be successful. He left he was at, full disclosure, he left Bel Air. Bel Air was too big. He came to Houston ranked, thanks to Jim Hicks. And he came to Houston ranked, got to Bel Air,
Wait a
and
minute, how
got
did he
lost.
come to Houston ranked?
He played for Bob Hurley's program out in Jersey.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure this shit. I'm trying to see if
I
you
mean,
pay somebody off. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So he was in the learning environment, it wasn't a good fit. Now, you brought up a good point. I was sold that the support system at Bel Air academically was going to be in place, But it really necessarily wasn't about them not having the support system academically in place for my son. It was about my son admitting and understanding his learning style and how he was going to be successful academically, because he ended up becoming academically ineligible. And being an academic person myself, I put the mama thing on top of that. And so he was shut down for what, almost 3 months, wasn't it, Jimmy? He was not seeing nobody's floor because I wasn't playing that.
Okay.
And
I like
now at the same time, I had to look and say, I now as the parent, I have to find the best environment for my son. And so I sort of beat down the bushes. And even people, people in the different community, they were like, hey, you should look at Trent Academy. And so we did, or Trent International. And so we did. And it's small, very small. Very small.
Where is that at?
And some of the
What
top,
Trend International?
It's no longer even
That,
here, but it was
no,
out
you talking about out in Sugar Land?
Yeah, it was
You
out in
went
Sugar
out
Land.
there. Yeah, they
We
sold
did.
you. I can't.
We did. We did. We did. And
Wow,
it
Leah.
was also a boarding school. It was also a boarding school. And so, but long story short, we were able to thank goodness we were able to turn everything around in 2.5 short years, because my son has always been very, very intelligent, and to become academic ineligible was insidious. And we knew that academics is for our family weighs more heavily than sports, but we love sports. And so I don't feel like you ever have to compromise that. And he was able to be before leaving Trent, playing for a nationally ranked high school program, and also becoming a National Honor Society member. That's huge.
So
So
what was happening at Bel Air? Bel Air, that it couldn't cut it there. What was going on in Bel Air?
it's probably what was not going on in Bel Air. What was not
Was
going
it them
on
girls, Leah?
was not.
Leah, was it them girls? It could be. I'm telling you.
It could be, but my son, I'm grateful that he was never one of those kids that ran the streets and ran behind girls all the time, and just all of that, and was really loved sports, really loved basketball.
Yeah.
And there's more to tell about his story and his journey that maybe at another time we can get into what he's doing today and all that stuff. But to answer your question, what sold me was us having to have a realization of what was going to be the best learning environment for Michael. And that led the discussion. And then there were several visits to campus, and very few of them were with the coaches. Most of them were with administration. And guess who else? The teachers. Because at the end of the day, if the teachers are not delivering the instruction in the way that my son's going to be able to get it in, what's the purpose? And there's so many educators out here today that are like, well, this is the way I do it, and if they don't learn, that's too bad. No, you're getting a check. I'm gonna need you to earn your check. I'm making sure that you teach the students wherever they are. And if you don't know how to teach in multiple disciplinary ways, for the different learning styles, especially for our scholar athletes, who many of them learn visually and kinesthetically, then I'm gonna need you to take a couple seats, is what I need you to do as an educator. So there's those levels of conversations that have to happen. A lot of times, these are things that I outline with the academic excellence portion of how do you as the educator, how does you as the entity make sure that you provide the proper learning environments for young people, for how do you provide the proper leadership as the administrators? How do you provide the proper leadership so that your teachers are engaged, so they are motivated, so that your coaches are on the same page with the educators? Because it's about being a scholar athlete. It's not just for me, it's not about just being a scholar. It's not about just being an athlete. It's about being a scholar athlete. And how do you, Robert, we share this commonality with our love for the Ivy League. And that's what that's about, is you can get the best of both worlds, because it's life changing. And why not?
You're different.
So anyway,
No,
so
you're
that's
good.
that. But
What you got, Jim? What you
I
got, Jim?
love talking about prep sports, and I do, because I really believe in that entity a lot. Is that's a whole nother um, level of accountability and availability for so many
Yeah.
families. But you got, your kid has to be the right kid. And Robert, that you just make such a valid point when you say, why not go? And you should. But Jimmy, your point is, again, both,
Yeah.
I love discussions.
Yeah, I didn't mind
When
his
the right
point.
kid, when the right kid, the wrong kid goes through a program and gets in a situation where now that environment causes, and again, we've got to dispel the mental health. That was something I didn't write it down, but you kind of touched on it a little bit. The mental health aspect of some people. Depression is real. I experienced it for 3.5 years during my 4-year career, which is crazy. But when you're not able to perform at your highest level, and if you're the parent, and now you're at the high school level, the parents are responsible. At the collegiate level, they're not responsible anymore for any of that. they're in tune, but they're not responsible. Once you send them off to college, they got to deal with that.
Yeah.
But when you have these kids that are still high school age, going away to play at boarding schools, prep schools, things of that nature, you really do have to make sure that it's the right fit, because they're going a long way from home. And if they're not treated properly, if they're not treated properly is one thing, but then if the what they've sold isn't the actual what it is,
Yeah.
that's a whole other discussion. So
Well,
anyway,
hey,
I
one
digress.
day, next time we'll dive into that topic, and that way a lot of the ladies, because since it would be Women Rock Wins, a lot of ladies can get the perspective or get a testimony from you being a parent of, on the opposite end. No matter how much you know, the moral to this story is there are some slick tongued guys that will sell you sand in the desert in regards to the lure for your kids to go one place or another. And that's part of the thing, and one of the underscoring elements that I was trying to hammer home is being a more educated. And everybody think, man, I got it, I know it. And then next thing you know, you run up against somebody, a buzzsaw. And then you're like, damn, then it becomes embarrassing. You don't want to tell anybody that you got. And people get got all the time. I've seen situations, guys, where people get stuck here, and then you end up having to pay $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on top of that. After I've seen that multiple times.
That's a horse of a different color. That's a horse.
No, but but it. But then they'll go back and make you think at home. They'll make you think that they're going for free. They'll make you think you're going for free. Oh, my son good. He was scholarship. And I'm knowing for a fact from talking to the other side and the coaches, that dude paying like he weigh. Mama paying on time, but couldn't pay them workout dues. Didn't want to pay them workout dues, but go pay to sit there on the bench in one of them prep schools out of town or wherever.
Hey, let me tell you
But
something.
that's a whole other thing.
I don't mind people paying, man. Hey, paying is all right. I had to pay. That was the best payment that I ever paid in my whole entire life.
No, the payment isn't the thing. It's if somebody made you believe that you ain't gonna pay and you gotta pay. That's deception.
Yeah. You talking about the deception part. I mean,
that's the root of it.
If your ass want a Rolls Royce, you got to pay. If you want a Bentley, you got to pay. so I mean, that's how I always live. But Jimmy, believe you me, I understand that some of these people get caught up, but I couldn't tell them if the guy. See, what I was thinking about, if a guy going off to a prep school, maybe I'm naive. I'm thinking he pretty damn good. Somebody saying he pretty good. He ranked somewhere. Little Johnny, I ain't talking about little Johnny just taking his ass up there. I'm talking about these guys. If I'm finna say I'm going to prep school, Houston ain't big enough for me. I'm going to prep school. I'm a bad dude, Jimmy. Those the guys that I'm talking about. And if I'm a bad dude, I'm going to go anyway. I don't care what y'all say. Those the kind of guys that I'm talking about. That's all. Maybe yeah, I ain't talking about the guy who gonna get food, then go up there. I'm talking about a dude that's a dude.
But Hannah, 99 out of 100, those you're gonna end up being one of those other guys. That's the problem.
But hold up, long as I ain't got to pay, I think I'm one of them dudes, and I ain't got to pay, and I go up there and I come back. And I can still, hold up, Leah. I'm going to put a perfect example. We're going to end with this. If I had an offer from Baylor, an interest from Baylor, I go up to the prep school. I might not go to Duke, but Baylor still want me. I'm damn it all right. I was trying to get to Duke. I was trying to get to Kentucky. But Baylor ain't a bad place to fall.
Adam, in that Baylor example, let me put some more real to it, which I know. Okay. That Baylor example, one of the reasons that Baylor example went to that prep school, that Baylor example thought one of the things was to go to try to make the McDonald's All-American game.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with trying to make a I promise you I don't see what's wrong with that. What's wrong with it? Trying to make the McDonald's game. He's supposed to try.
And also the sale was the double sale. Another buy that they bought into was that you and your brother gonna end up going to the same school because he's just as good as you. That's what another sale on that. Okay. Now speak on that. Reply back to that one.
Guess what?
That was a sense that you want to go there with them. You know, I call it like I see it with them. And I can look them all in the face because that means that was part of the lure. So that means
I got something for you. You know, guess what? My brother had the same opportunity that I had.
Oh, hell. That wasn't that sale. That wasn't the buy. That wasn't the buy. He had the opportunity wherever you were. That wasn't the buy. That wasn't the buy, Hatter. He had the opportunity no matter wherever they played at. He was going to opportunity.
Hey, Leah, I'm mad at you because I didn't mean to stay this long today, but I'm mad at you. But guess what, Leah? Check this out, Mia. Check this out, Leah.
Okay.
I'm finna help you.
Okay. What did I do?
Blake Griffin and Taylor Griffin, right?
Right.
They grew up. They grew up in the same household.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the same workouts.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the same, did every damn thing. If he went to a workout, he did everything.
Mm-hmm.
Blake wound up being NBA and Taylor did.
Okay.
Taylor had the opportunity, but his ass just didn't make it. Another example. Little dude named. Hold on.
You talking about NBA now? We talking strictly amateur.
I hear him. He was back before.
Can I finish? This little guy. I'm just Jimmy. Don't look at the NBA. I'm just talking about having the same
But the opportunity is there. Okay, but if they played together at Boogaloo High School, ain't the opportunity still there for you? Because that college that wants your brother got to come see you every time they come see your brother play. Ain't that opportunity still there?
Blake's brother went to Oklahoma too.
Ain't the opportunity no matter where they went in high school? The opportunity for you to go to college is if that other one was going to be recruited by.
He didn't want to stay here to Houston with all these haters in Houston. He wanted to get away from the haters in Houston.
Alan, understand something. If Sunrise Christian moved their ass to Houston, then what they would do?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
If Sunrise Christian moved uprooted and came to Houston, if Michael Peck,
you
remember the first head coach of Finley Prep was Michael Peck, who's assistant coach at UTSA right now. They have about 4 kids in Houston on that team. He was the guy that started that was the head coach and the face of Finley Prep. He wasn't the money behind it, but he was the face of it. Michael Peck. Well, guess what? What if Michael Peck all of a sudden came and got with Finley dealership and say, I'm gonna start another one in Houston? What would happen then?
We got one in Houston. We got Legacy already. We got one in Houston.
Legacy is not a national program. They're striving to be. They have local players. They got one dude from Chicago.
One always didn't have a thriving program.
Who?
You said Michael Peck just come down here in one year and just pop. Jimmy.
No, I asked you the question. I say, what happens?
Remember this.
What happens if you do that? Ain't if I say, what happens?
Listen to me. If my auntie had a scrotum, she'd be my uncle. Okay, so if I all them ears, put all them damn ears.
That's understand. That means what you're doing is you ran totally from that. That's a whole logical.
If Michael Peck was to come down here, he ain't coming down here. Ain't no Michael Peck coming through that door. He coming down here. Them guys want to get that guy. I don't even know the family. Listen to me. And guess what, Aaliyah? I have never even met these guys in person. I can't. Jordan Turner and his brother. I seen them, but I ain't never met these guys. I'm just saying, if that's what they want to do it. That's all. That's it.
But okay, is your point that you feel like both of the brothers need to be able to achieve at the same level? Are you saying that? Okay, so I'm just trying to understand the point because
that's him. That's him.
She know him didn't say that. That's why she asked you that.
Yeah,
she know him didn't say that.
Had to see. Jimmy was talking about the brother. He mentioned the brother. I ain't mentioned no damn brother.
Dude, there was always a package throughout school. What do you mean? What was you?
I don't know.
Remember they played for the Chris Walker Academy. They was up under Chris Walker the last time they were in Houston.
I don't know nobody at Chris Walker's Academy. I don't know no kid. I don't know nothing. Jimmy, that's your world. You remember? That's your world.
So that means you just got educated. They played, the last school they played for in Houston was called the Chris Walker Academy.
And they didn't like y'all around here. And they just left.
Hold on. The Chris Walker Academy. If Chris Walker would have kept the Chris Walker Academy, they would have stayed. What do you think would have happened?
So I don't know.
What do you think would have happened to them? What do you think would have happened to them if Chris Walker would have kept the Chris Walker Academy and that project would have got off the ground and made it to the basketball scene? What do you think was going to happen?
What would have happened?
They would have stayed their ass down. That's what would have happened. They wasn't going nowhere. So all that stuff that you talking about, the reason they left Houston, that can't be true. Because they was in Houston. Chris Walker left. So that means now.
So why did they leave? Mr. Know-It-All. Why did they leave? Mr. Know-It-All. Since you know
because Chris Walker Academy, that did not get off the
so
that did not
they
run.
leave? Can they went somewhere else?
How the school had already started, man. School had already started. These kids were homeschooled, man. You just couldn't go. You just can't go. You got academics, man. You got to deal with. She just told you about academics.
There's a lot of. I'm sorry, Jimmy. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces to how these young people can.
No, I don't want to hear that. They went out of town.
To another prep school. You got to home. They continue to be homeschooled, Anna. They played for Satch. That was another homeschool program. But Satch fizzled out because J.J. Caldwell and DeAndre Williams were gone. That was no more Satch. Okay.
Still,
Satch was fizzling out. They was nowhere, but that was it. That was the undercurrent that pushed them out. They had to go find a new player.
The kid is at Baylor right now playing. He on the team at Baylor.
And you know why that kid was able to still land is because that kid was good enough.
Exactly. So that means no matter where you go, if you're good enough, you already had Baylor recruitment. He had Baylor recruitment already.
Hey kids, y'all can leave Houston anytime.
A lot of times, all this movement and all of this hype and all of this stuff, really does not start with the kids. It starts with their parents. And I'm just saying it. And it's many times the parents are the ones that they drive it because they see some type of success that they were not able to achieve that they're projecting onto their kids. And I know it to be true. It
Okay.
just is.
I
It
mean,
is what it is.
I've
People
seen
can
that.
hate people
I've
can
seen,
hate me for saying that and
I've
putting
seen
that out
that.
there, but
I
it's
believe that.
way too many times that is the reason why at that level, at the 14, 15, 16, 17
Yeah.
year old kids are not making those decisions by themselves,
We
saying,
know
I
that.
just want to go
We know that.
punch a big blah, blah, blah. It's these
Jimmy just
parents
said the
doing
parents
all of
have
this.
to sign it at the waiver. But guess what? A lot of parents, I wouldn't even know. It's a lot of parents, their whole identity is caught up. I wouldn't probably even know them
Oh my God.
if it weren't for the kids. So of course,
Absolutely.
people are addicted to fame. Jay-Z wrote a
It,
song about it. It ain't for everybody. And then he said,
but
it ain't for everybody, it's fame. The lights,
and
action,
it's
Hollywood,
not.
it ain't for
It's not.
everybody.
It's not, and it's not sustained many times.
But
My. If I can just say this one last thing,
We can't go to a long one now. We got to
it's
get
not.
out of here.
It's
Okay,
very quick.
okay.
Yeah.
Linda Keene is the former vice president of American Express. And when I first got out of college, she was my mentor. And so I'm coming off of NCAA tournament, just all the stuff and just all this, all of this. And I had to turn in a resume to her because she's now working on my career as a businesswoman, you
Okay.
know. And she said, you cannot rest on your past accolades. It's your turn to start creating new successes.
Mhm.
And that is the thing that everybody needs to learn from that. It's the
Can't
parents need
rest.
to learn from that,
Uh-huh.
and the kids especially. Don't rest on those past accolades. Continue to create new successes. And that's I'll leave y'all with
I
that
like
today.
that. I like that.
Say,
I'm using
Coach
that.
Leo, we definitely appreciate it, man. We got to get up
You're
out of here, man.
awesome. You
Hey, you
rock.
guys got enough overtime. Don't expect it tomorrow. That's for doggone show on Baby Friday. Make sure you guys come on back, share the show if you hadn't done so already. Give a thumbs up over there on YouTube land. I see you guys over there. Always love and give you guys a shout out.
Jim.
I see Coach Landon Dwan, Martin Vaughn, Mo City Finest, Chuck McCowan up in the house. Daryl Bowen's back up in there with us, and of course, many more over in YouTube land. You guys
Subscribe to YouTube
on Facebook.
too. Subscribe to our YouTube site too. Always subscribe to it too, y'all.
And your VIP hips, I just joined that. I love it.
There's some good stuff inside that VIP news. Speaking of that, that's on rcssports.com, rcssports.com. There's nothing like the VIP news. I'm telling you guys, you get a lot of good news inside of there, and it's only 13 cents a day. That's $2.50 a month, less than a gallon of gas. You get into the VIP news I didn't say a tank of gas. I say less than a gallon of gas. You get into the VIP news for the whole month. And that's the thing about it. You guys check it out. It is, I mean, seriously, check. And also on tomorrow, we'll go and I guess weekly we review those D1 college freshmen, see how they're doing this week, see who's moving up in the minutes per game category. And that's already inside the VIP news. Shout out to Doug Jones, Jeffrey Day. They do super job keeping the air and the tires on that website. Also, the rankings are updated for the 10th graders, 11th graders, and the 12th graders. Go over to RCS Sports, click on the rankings tab. You'll get your top teams rankings as well. There's no metropolitan website in the United States of America. Listen to me. And this is coming from the college coaches. That is as updated, populated as RCS Sports. Now, this is coming from college coach. I sent my own, what they call it, poll out. Coach, I need to know how much better I can get. What site, so I can go look at their site and do like people did on my site. They have people told how they went and mimicked my website and made them. I need to go find out if they doing it better. Let me know so I can go and make and modify and add that component. I got a hell of a tech guy. I just tell him what I want, pay the money to the people over across the water. They fix it and add that component to it. That's the website RCS Sports. Also, guys, don't forget, go and click on upcoming events. On tomorrow, we got that breaking news that I promised you about the spring icebreaker. We also have breaking news about the Cube games of the week. Remember this Friday, this will be our second week of doing a live high school basketball game, district game in Greater Houston. This will be Hightower and Thurgood Marshall will be live on Cube. That's channel 57 on most of your TV screens. Make sure you check it out. Matter of fact, set your DVR right now. And don't do like I did. The doggone ESPN games had to knock my recording clean off my TV. And I can't even get it's gone now before I can lock it in. No, because I automatically tape all high school games that come on the TV.
Man, you need to clean some of that mess off of that. Like, you got to clean it
No,
off.
I had it clean. That was the first one. ESPN showed games back to back to back. That bumped me out. I only keep like so many at a time, like 5 games or something at a time in my cache. It bumped my little old. I couldn't go back and get my notes and see how I did, so I can get my halftime segment rocking for this weekend. But anyway, you guys, we'll be back on this thing tomorrow. Thanks so much, Coach. Great combo with you. Great combo with all you guys. We up out here. See you in 22 hours. For Robert Haller, Jim Hicks. Peace. Chop shop.
Hold on. And Coach Leah.
Coach Leah. What's up, Pearl?
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.